This video, I'm going to be sharing with you why millions of people are going to be losing their money due to inflation. I'm also going to be explaining why this is happening and how you can protect yourself from it. At the end of the video, I'm also going to be sharing with you ways in which you can start investing your money so that you make profit out of it instead of it losing its value. So before we start, I want to explain to you what inflation is and why our money keeps on losing its value. So basically, inflation is an increase in prices of products and services throughout a certain amount of time. So to make it simple, it's basically when products have an increased price. It can be food, clothing, gas, or real estate. Now I want you to imagine that we have 10 euros, and with those 10 euros, we can buy 5 kilos of oranges. Now, with inflation and increased price, we may only be able to buy 4 kilos of oranges. With a stable and not very high inflation, the consequences are the following. With increased prices, salaries tend to go high as well. That meaning that purchasing power will remain the same. Now, if salaries are not raised proportionally to the increase in prices, what's going to happen is there's going to be a decrease in purchasing power. The states have suffered inflation up to 7% in the last couple months. This means that over the last couple months, the prices of basic products and services have increased. When prices start to increase, they're very difficult to control. Why is this all happening? The most obvious reason behind it is all the money printing that was done throughout the pandemic. In 2021, the states reprinted 40% of dollars more. Now, I want to tell you that I obviously did not invent all this information I'm going to be sharing with you, but that I took it from great investors such as Ray Dalio. But now, before we get into what he has to say, I want to explain to you who he is and why we should listen to him. Ray Dalio is one of the biggest investors in the world, and he is also the founder of Bridgewater, which is the biggest hedge fund in the world. What he basically tells us is that every 250 years there's a new world order, and that's right about to happen again. When we talk about a world order, we talk about the country that's controlling the world and that has the reserve currency. And nowadays, that country is the United States. But this country will not always be the world power. In fact, Spain was a world power once. As Ray Dalio says, this changes every 250 years. So when a country has the reserve currency, what happens is that people ask for more loans because they want to have more money of that currency. The consequence of this, the country will print more money, and that will lead to both a decrease in the cost of money and an increase in inflation. As a consequence of this, their citizens will all become poorer. But for you to understand this better, I'm going to give you an example with watches. Imagine you buy a watch of which there are 1,000 of copies around the world and a lot more are produced every day. The price of that will not be too high, it will decrease. But if you buy a Rolex of which there are around 10 copies in the world, limited edition, the cost of that Rolex will never decrease, it will stay high. Same happens with gold. Gold has a purchase power due to the fact that it cannot be produced. It is what it is, but money can be printed. That means that the more money you create, the less value it will have. But when a country prints more money, what wealthy people do is they'll invest that money in gold or any other currency. So in this video, we're going to see in which things Ray Dalio recommends us to invest when a country prints that much money. He mainly recommends us to invest in 3 things. The first one is real estate. That can be flats, houses, land. The second thing in which he recommends us to invest are commodities. That can be electricity, gas, or petrol. And the third one is investing in shares. As when you invest in shares, you're basically investing in companies. By the way, if you're interested in investing in shares, I'll recommend you to go to the link in my description. There's an affiliate link that will give you up to $200 for free for you to invest. So for you to really understand everything I'm explaining right now, there's one thing we need to have very clear, which is the difference between the value and the price. The value is basically the benefit and the usability of a product or service. On the other hand, the price is the amount of money you're going to have to pay in order to get that service or product. Now, imagine you go to a shoe shop and you buy a pair of sneakers for $20. So the price of that product is those $20 you paid. On the other hand, the value of that is the fact that you're going to be able to walk on them, look stylish, and not walk barefoot. Now, I want you to imagine that the states keep printing money, and because of that, money starts losing its value. Those sneakers you bought for $30 are now going to cost $50. The sneakers keep having the same value, but the money you used to pay them doesn't. Now, taking this into account, what is it better, to have the sneakers or to have the money? It's obviously way better to have the sneakers. Why? Because by having the sneakers and keeping them, what you're going to do is you're going to keep the purchasing value they have. Another active in which you can invest is Bitcoin. There's only 21 million Bitcoin in the world, meaning that no more of them can be printed. Bitcoin would be the digital equivalent to gold. Because there's only 21 million Bitcoin, it is a limited active. Opposite to money, Bitcoin cannot be printed. That's why its value increases. This is the main reason why I'd rather have my money in Bitcoin. If I keep my money in banks or under the mattress, my money is going to lose a lot of its value. In fact, our money is yearly losing between 7 and 9% of its value. Another way in which you can invest your money so that you yearly get that 7 to 9% back is by investing in index funds. For those of you who don't know what an index fund is, it is basically to invest in an index that replicates the movements of the biggest companies. An example of this, you have the SP 500, which is the 500 biggest companies of the States. So as I just explained, in this case, if you're investing in the SP 500, what you're doing is you're investing in the 500 biggest companies of the States. As you can see here, the SP 500 has had a growth of an 8% this year. And knowing that our money is losing a value of between 7 and 9% per year, what we need to do is to invest our money in actives that are going to give us back at least that 7%. In fact, if you're just starting with investing, down here in the description, I'm leaving a link to eToro where you can start investing for free. In fact, if you're interested in this and you want me to give you a step-by-step tutorial on how to start investing in index funds through eToro, leave me a comment down here so that I can start creating a video and give it to you. In conclusion, now that we're aware that our money is losing its value day by day, year by year, it would be great for us to prepare ourselves for this and to start investing in actives such as the ones that I've been sharing before. Nowadays, keeping your money under the mattress or keeping it in banks doesn't really make sense because saving something that can be printed whenever someone wants to, it's actually useless. If you found value in this video and you liked it, make sure you let me know by giving me a like and subscribing down here. It's absolutely free for you and it's going to help me a lot. I hope that with this video, I helped you learn why it is that important to invest in actives such as the one I've shared and not saving your money. I also hope that from today on, you can start taking action and get ready for what's going to happen in the next years. Thank you all so much for staying till the end of the video. I'll see you in the next one. Ciao!